G'day battlers, welcome back. So we're on Toxic Cup again. Just want to say at this point, if you're doing a lot of battles, I really recommend you start picking teams of 6 and doing teams of 6. Don't do blinds. Hopefully, if you're really keen, you should hopefully have done enough blinds to know what you like, what you don't like. But you really need to start looking at the teams and synergy, and also picking against your opponent's team, right? So that's what hopefully I'll talk about mostly in these battles. So I've got 2 battles up against Not Randy Newman first, and as you can see here, team-wise, if I look for my teams on the left, the left, the Heracross team, and Not Randy Newman's team's got the Toxicroak. So you can see here, we're going to sacrifice that extra shield, the second shield, and get the win. So now we've got shields down everywhere, we've got switch advantage, and we still get off another Iron Head. So that's probably what I'm going to say is one of the turning points of this game. And look, we get off that surf, so that's it. We're done. Unless everything's going to get destroyed by Toxicroak, which Gliscor will not. So Night Slash isn't going to do much, but that's okay. So looking at the teams, not only when you're analysing your teams of 6 do you want to check out what your Pokemon are good against. That's always really nice to see what are we good. But you need to know where you're weak, right? So obviously we know Wormadam destroys Toxicroak. Vice versa though, Hippowdon with that Fire Fang is going to absolutely wreck your Wormadam. So as you see here in this battle, look at that. No chance. So he knows he can just shield up here and farm me down. So not a good match there, right? So know your matchups, know what's going to be good. Again, look at this here, right? I throw out the Steelix. He eats this Earth Power, and he's getting hit for that fire damage, and it's a Thunder Fang Steelix, so it's going to do absolutely nothing against that Hippowdon. So, even though Fire Fang is going to be super effective against our Heracross, he may have been a better option. Probably not. Either way, it wasn't going to be a great match once Wormadam's. Sorry about that. So, as you can see, I had 3 Pokemon that really weren't the best to come up against the Hippowdon there. So, yeah, keep that in mind. So there, those 3 are weak to Hippowdon. Even Golbat, he's alright. It's not going to be great because he's a Poison Fang, has to be a bait. It's going to do nothing. Shadow Ball will do some good damage. Obviously, Bibarel destroys him. And I have a Hippowdon myself, so it's a fairly even match. So, moving on to our next opponent here. I think this is Caleb. Caleb Norman? Yeah. So he's got over there, what we can see is a Scizor and a Swellow and a Girafarig. Some spicy picks on this team. Again, that Hippowdon is quite strong against 3 of my team, even against 1. I'll look up the Golbat matchup, but it's probably not ideal. And obviously Bibs destroys it. So yeah, in that kind of more meta team, that Hippowdon's going to be doing pretty darn good. He's not too bad, but obviously you don't want to get him stuck against the Bibarel or to be stuck up against a Quillfish, because that's not going to go too well. Alright, so now we've got Steel Bug versus Steel Bug, and we get out of there to get some counter damage happening. This is going to be good. So those Night Slashes aren't doing anything against your fighters, guys. So it's one thing to be careful if you're playing with a Gliscor or a Gligar, is that, that potentially they're not going to do as well against the fighters because they don't have that, I shouldn't say that. A lot of people aren't taking Aerial Ace. They're going with the flying fast move only. So consider that there. And now this is obviously where you want to be, watching that Toxicroak waste all of that energy. Now, I was like, why isn't he getting out of here with that Toxicroak? Is everything he got weak to Golbat? No. So Swellow. Oops, sorry, I missed the first battle. Too busy talking. So obviously we switched out, and this is what we're left as a result. So we'll keep our shield there, bring back in Thunder Fang Steelix, and switch out of there because we want that Thunder Fang Steelix to just wreck that Swellow. And Hippowdon's going to do fairly well against Girafarig, especially considering now he's got no shields and we've got shields. We're in quite a comfortable position here. One thing to sometimes consider though as well is don't leave if your Pokemon's going to come up against another one here, maybe I should have, thrown a few more charge moves before I threw the body slam. Make sure my Hippowdon was lower so he couldn't farm up extra energy. But I was fairly confident my Steelix had the shield in this instance, so it was going to be fine. But you may not want to kill a Pokemon, have heaps of energy left in the back, heaps of health left in the back, and then get it farmed up by something, so then it can throw energy on your next Pokemon. It's a bit of a tactic thing, something you should be a bit careful of. Alright, so coming into the third match against Caleb Norman, and this is interesting. So normal Psychic type versus Bug is fighting, and look how much those confusions are destroying Heracross. So obviously we know Confusion is going to absolutely wreck our Toxicroaks, but Heracross not in a good position. And this is where we've left ourselves. So that Hippowdon, we correctly call that it's not an Earth Power, because Earth Power will put us in a pretty nasty predicament. As you saw before in one of the earlier matches, I Steelix ate an Earth Power, and that was GG. So we're going to shield up to try and get some extra damage. We really were pushing hard for that Earthquake, but it just wasn't going to happen, right? Essentially I just wasted a shield and gave him a lot more energy. So the smarter move would have been to either let it go or throw that Crunch. Because I know that my Wormadam does not have what it takes to kill that Hippowdon, I was kind of surprised why he switched out of it, but I mean it didn't matter. He was well on top in that match, so well played, Caleb. So yeah, Girafarig, really interesting pick. So don't forget about that Psychic subtyping of it. Normal Psychic, it hurt a lot. You know, you think your fighter's going to do well with that normal typing. Yeah, but you're not throwing a Medicham against it, right? You're just throwing a Toxicroak, which is bad, or a Heracross, which doesn't have that extra typing to protect against confusions. But it does charge up energy slow, so if you've got something that's not going to take super effective damage from confusion, it's going to beat that Girafarig quite handily. So yeah. Now this is the match we want. This is where we want to be, right? We've got Bibs up against the Powder. We've got a shield advantage. We've got energy here. We're going to farm him down, shield up this, even if it's an Earth Power. It's just a Body Slam, doesn't matter. We've got energy stacked up here. So we're going to throw the Hyper Fang, which is a bit of a silly option here in the end. I mean, he shields it, but it wastes some extra energy. But we do get to a second surf. We wouldn't have gotten to 3. So it's all good in the end. And out comes Drapion. So this is where it might have mattered. We may have got to that surf though. Probably not, but there's always a chance. So we get a bit of lag here, so I don't know exactly how much energy he had. And again, you saw me tap it on that Earthquake? You saw me tapping it? It was nowhere near it. It was a dumb thing. I should have just gone straight into the Golbat to start with. I think I was hoping to eat up a bit of his energy. A bit of a silly move. Because, right, watch this, look at this extra energy he's got. He's going to get to that Aqua Tail before I get to a Poison Fang. And we're going to lose this match. So, I don't know why I came in with the Steelix. Trying to be a bit cutesy. Silly move. Should have kept it there, right? If I kept the Steelix there, I could have sacrificially swapped it if I got it timed perfectly. Add an extra shield onto my Golbat, would have won the matchup comfortably. Live and learn. Right, so now we are up against a Flygon. Flygon's so spammy with those Dragon Claws, sorry. Yeah, it's really going to be hard to kind of get on top of him. Have to land these Shadow Balls or we're not going to do anything. And yeah, we decide just to let it go, right? If it's not there, it's not there. You know, no means no. So we give up our shield advantage to gain that fairly large energy advantage over his next Pokemon. So hopefully he's got something in the back. Oh, Wormadam. So this one's a bit close. And you can see here, this is actually a different team. So this is against Minshuki. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. And this is actually one of my Battle Park, or too many Go Battles, whatever, matches. So this is unranked. This is just a trial everything out sort of tournament. and so that was probably the best part for me, landing that Earth Power without any shields. It's pretty much, yeah, burning those shields on him is what won me that matchup confidently. So move into match 2 here, and you can see we've both got sort of a few different picks. So I've got these Piloswine here, and now these avalanches are nice and spammy, right? They get there fast. Unfortunately though, they're not very, they do a lot of damage, but you know, when they're not very effective, they don't do quite as much. So we're going to shield up here and throw another avalanche, and I think a third avalanche will actually kill him, but he lets it go through, and now we switch to that Hippowdon, and he goes into that Wigglytuff. So we hit the Earth Power earlier on it, so we charge up to the Earth Power and throw the Body Slam, right? The old 1-2 left-right combo, and we're not going to get to another Earth Power, right? So we just got to go Body Slam. Hopefully get some shields. No, just doing some damage. That's okay. We've got Golbat and our Piloswine there. Now, Golbat's going to have to do a fair bit of work here, right, to make it through. So we sacrifice our Piloswine. So now we're just here to farm up this Wigglytuff. So obviously, if he's got Crustle, we're probably in trouble. The rock damage is going to be pretty bad. But there we go. He probably could have brought out Escavalier to start with, and then used that, that Wormadam as a sacrificial swap if he could time it just right. Unfortunately, it just wasn't quite there, and I think he lets this match go. Yeah, he knows we'll just be able to fast move him down anyway, so lets the match go. So we're 2 up in this match, so we'll move into the 3rd match now. So yeah, really interesting team. A lot of people put in interesting teams in Battle Park. Just, you don't have to worry, it doesn't affect your rank. Yeah, so you saw there, we got a really good lead, and we probably could have actually stayed in with the Bibarel, and we would have done okay. But I want Bibarel to be there to take out that Piloswine. All right, he's really going to put a lot of pressure on us. My team didn't have the best answer to him. So yeah, I really wanted that Bibs there, just in case, and I wanted to keep my, here we go, this is why, keep my Hippowdon, because if he had Escavalier or Wormadam, he would have done okay with Piloswine, but yeah, it's just going to really, Fire Fang is real, right? Escavalier and Wormadam did not want Fire Fang, so again, he let that match go. So I hope you enjoyed those battles. Hope I didn't talk up too much, and I'll just do a quick wrap up. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed those battles, guys. So here's as promised, the Golbat Hippowdon matchup. You have to land the Shadow Ball on Golbat in the 0, 1, and 2 shield scenario. So he does win them, not by a lot, but you have to land Shadow Ball. If you don't land Shadow Ball, you don't win. Alright, so thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep your Silph League battles going, and let Go Battle League happen as it happens. Enjoy.